Hi everyone. I like history and I like to dig into stuff like crazy. Digging is the search of the truth in the pile of lies. It is an awesome feeling to find new stuff about a historical event that was remembered wrong. Keeping the finds for myself would be a crime against humanity. Today we are fighting the Nazi propaganda and journalistic mistakes. In September of 1939, the entire might of German army attacked Poland, and if you are really into history, you know that it didn't go as well as German history books described. You may ask, how do I know that? Because I have lost a third of my family members in the Polish campaign of 1939. All from Erfurt and Dresden. By the way, in the last breath of World War II, a German part of my mixed heritage was reduced from nearly 50 people to my grandma, my mom, one aunt, one uncle and my mom's brother. That's all that was left alive in summer of 1945. Doesn't look like a victory dance to me. But I digress. During the invasion of Poland, one event was deeply remembered and used as a propaganda piece for the German folk that Poles are insane and they needed the invasion because they couldn't run their own country, and the event was proof to that claim. We are talking about Polish 18th Cavalry Regiment attacking part of Guderian's 9th Armored Corps. First of all, the Polish cavalry unit commanded by Colonel Mostalas never meet with German armor in the body-to-body battle. The event occurred somewhere near the city of Croyant on September 1st of 1939, and it was a proof of real heroism and courage. Polish cavalry was hidden waiting for enemy units to arrive. They were ordered to spot the enemy and report its position to command. They were awaiting a mass of tanks breaking the horizon line, but nothing of such happened, and instead of tanks, the 76th Infantry Regiment under the command of Colonel Hans Gulnik arrived, which was a part of the 20th Motorized Division under the General Moritz von Victorin, which was a part of 9th Armored Corps under the command of Heinz Guderian himself. Poles waited for the right moment to flank passing Germans, and when the moment came to strike their flank, it was a shock for Germans that they were counterattacked a few hours after the invasion started. They did not expect any significant resistance, not to mention being countered. German 76th Infantry Regiment suffered significant losses, and most of the German infantrymen were running in panic to avoid being chopped to pieces. German half-tracks were dealt with use of Todbofors 37mm anti-tank guns. This formidable weapon, in 1939, was able to knock down even the Panzer III with a single round. The myth that Poles used lances against armor is idiotic, and those who believe that are complete morons. Nobody in his right mind is attacking the tank with a lance, especially in a deeply industrialized nation where people are aware that it is a total no-go. The infamous lance was used only as military parade equipment, and in 1939 it was long gone from the list of active combat equipment. So, at some moment in the battle, the Polish horsemen ran out of ammo for 37mm anti-tank guns and decided to break off the attack and make a run for it. While Poles were trying to retreat, the German panzers arrived and engaged effectively the remaining Polish forces, killing most of them, the commander himself including. Guderian himself wrote that he saw his troops panicking, and it was a shock to him that Polish horse unit nearly vanished an entire infantry regiment. Guderian's report was not allowed to be published in Nazi press by Goebbels himself, and whilst looking for good bullshit to go with, he stumbled upon a fresh report in Italian legendary newspaper Corriere della Sierra, written by heroic war correspondent Montanelli, and he used it as propaganda piece in Germany, of course, with some fine-tuning involved. Montanelli described the heroism of Poles with a little too much color, and although he claimed that he witnessed the battle himself, there was no way for him to actually be there, because of the Nazi order to keep correspondents far from battles in early stages of the campaign. The reason for that was that German propaganda ministry would remove the unwanted war footage, but they could not hide a loss of famous journalists, which would have been a counterproof to an easy campaign. So, when Montanelli arrived at the scene, there were corpses everywhere, horse, soldiers, half-trucks, you name it, and around all that mess the defensive perimeter was created, to help treat wounded and repair equipment. Montanelli himself was deeply convinced that Poles attacked the panzers with cavalry. It was after he relayed his report to the newspaper when he learned from German soldiers what really happened. For writing in favor of Poles, Montanelli was dispatched to Soviet Russia, from where he was forcefully removed. He moved to Finland to witness Soviet invasion and glorious fight of midget versus giant. I think that is all. Remember that history books are written by victors and the truth is always hiding between the lines. This was episode number 1. Number 2 is under construction and it is going to be titled, The Myth of Invincible Wehrmacht. Thanks for watching. Share, like, support and subscribe if you like my stuff. I really appreciate it. Take care and see you next time.